It's a musical gymnastics that happens, and it's such a coordinated event that when your eyes can't imagine, how can all these people be exactly right on the beat, that everything happens just as it's supposed to? To me, that's kind of the magic in the whole thing. My name is John Behnke, and I'm the director of the Milwaukee Handbell Ensemble. Bells were in towers of churches, and the churches wanted to actually be unique, to distinguish themselves one from another. So they invented a melody, okay? Bum, 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 bum. Westminster chimes, the quarters that we know about, that change ringing pattern, started as distinguishing Westminster Abbey. Bell companies discovered they could make smaller bells, handbells, handbells. English handbell is the style of what the bell is, because the bell rings with a clapper on one direction, and it's controlled that way. As the wrist moves forward, the clapper hits, and then you'd come back and you'd damp here on the shoulder, like so. I think it was mostly social, more than anything, but eventually there were ringers that got together in little teams and would play. Well, they discovered, well, we can play almost any type of music. There's probably 250,000 bell choirs in the United States across the country. You'll have kids that are 4 and 5 years old, all the way up to, octogenarians playing bells, which is exciting. Milwaukee Handbell Ensemble, this is our 13th year now. And it actually comes as an outgrowth from my work at Concordia University, where I worked with the undergraduate program there. Well, those undergraduates grow up, they graduate, they stay in the area, and they still want to ring, and they want to ring music of a certain level. These people can ring. I mean, they're good ringers. They have good experience. Most of them have been ringing 20 or 30 years. These musicians are playing 2 notes mostly, 2 diatonic notes, plus then the chromatics that proceed around it. So the scale is made up of 4 people playing a scale of 8 notes. I mean, every subdivision of a 16th note is in exactly the right place, played by different people, not by the same person playing it, which is a really different approach to music. But to me, it's an exciting approach to music. All the bells that you have are in various sets. We have a 6-octave set of bells that we use. And you need the players that are strong enough to be able to lift the lowest bells or play the high bells. There are groups that wear gloves. Gloves signifying the respect for the instrument, that it's not a toy or a plaything. Also that the sweat and perspiration of the hand doesn't get on the metal, because it eventually starts to corrode the metal of the bell. We have tables, special tables that have foam on them, 3 or 4-inch foam, which then cushions the bell. We can do various techniques on the table using the foam, called martellato. The echo technique is you strike the bell, and then you touch on the foam. And you can hit it with mallets. You can use your thumbs and fingers to dampen in various ways. There's really a multitude of ways that the bell can be struck. The composition itself is the full score. It looks like a piano score, except it has a lot more notes sometimes. I mean, let's face it, you only have 10 fingers. Okay, when you have 61 or 72 bells, you can play more bells at one time than you can with fingers. And so there's a bells needed chart that's up at the beginning, so the ringer kind of knows what to anticipate, and then the techniques are marked throughout the music. There's things where we just use mallets and we're actually hitting on tables, or we're hitting on the music stands themselves, not just hitting on the bells. So we can provide percussive effects beyond the bells even that takes place. We do some things that are unique to bell choirs in the sense that we memorize some music. That's not easy because you're picking out your notes in the middle of all the context and you're trying to remember patterns that take place. But when they memorize the music, the interaction between the ringers is incredible because they start to sense, oh, we're doing all this together. Or now it goes up the way and comes down. I mean, they can actually feel and flow. It becomes almost like ballet in a sense that you visually see what happens in the music. It comes to life in the movements of the ringers. My experience has been that when people actually see a good bell choir, they are fascinated by it. They're just amazed because, you know, how do you do all this? How do these people play these couple of notes or 3 notes or 4 notes and meld together with all the rest of the organization and make music and make a musical sound and make a musical composition come to life? It's not easy. It really isn't. It's not only the rhythm and to have precise rhythm and good musicality, it's also that it has to be done the right way. Music has a way of communicating much more than words can communicate. And so I hope they'll experience all sorts of emotions and feelings throughout a concert and come out with a sort of amazement or wonder like that was beautiful, and I want to come back again.